Iris Justino won the shirt, y'all. I think I need to make more. Okay, right here I got one of those planter things from the Dollar Tree. Y'all know, you've seen them a million times. I'm just going to take the sticker off and the jute off of it. And if y'all take some Goo Gone, they sell it at the Dollar Tree, and put it on that where that sticky part is and wipe it down, you can get that glue off, and then clean it with alcohol when you're done to get the Goo Gone off. And I'm just going to sand it down real good because I want my paint to adhere to it. And then, oh, well, y'all, I painted this bucket like 5 times. You hear me? 5 times. I was just like, I was done with this. I was so over this. But it was too cute. So, I took these dowel rods from the Dollar Tree. Now, you can use a plunger handle. They're $1.25 a piece, but those little dowel rods are $2 for 3 of them from the Walmart. And I'm just going to measure them down 10, 8, and 6. Just make my little lines there. 10, 8, and 6. And make sure I show you me doing every bit of it. You know, because that's just how we roll here on this channel. Anyway, and then I'm going to show you me cutting them down apparently because y'all know. Anyway, when you cut it, make sure you sand it down real good because you want it to look nice and neat. And I'm going to paint them white starting off. And here, I'm going to take 3 candles from the Dollar Tree. Y'all, seriously, this thing gave me fits. And I take this napkin. I take my little masking tape there. Look, bring both plies right off there. That's crazy. Now, this is hard. You can do this. Now, this is what I at first thought was done. Was Mod Podge napkins, and it may very well be, but I did such a terrible job. But wait till you see hers. It's gorgeous, y'all. It's beautiful. But anyway, I've covered my glass candle there in Mod Podge, and then excuse me, not feeling well, y'all. I just put a light coat on it, and then I take some saran wrap and put it on to smooth it out and to try not to rip it and get any wrinkles in it. I was unsuccessful. This was a fail. Anyway, I don't know. I just can't do it. I don't know if it's the glass is so slick or what, but oh my goodness, y'all. It was a mess. And if you use napkins, kudos to you. You are the bomb, I'm telling you, because everything that had to do with this, I messed up, except those little tiny firecrackers. But the little tiny firecrackers weren't yours, they were somebody else's. But I want it to be a surprise, y'all. Just wait and see. But there I'm trying to show you. See? All wrinkle-free. Yeah, well, not so. So here, I'm just going to take my little firecrackers, and I'm just taking some masking tape and taping off the top around them. Now, she used napkins on hers, but I didn't have, like, napkins to do this, so I had to physically paint all of mine. So, anyway, I'm just taking some washi tape there, and I do, like, you gotta push it down real good to make sure you get that down so it doesn't bleed. I know, me and my words, y'all. Anyway, so I don't know what I'm doing here, talking about anymore. But I just paint them stripes red because, of course, you're going to have me some little red and white stripes. And take it off when your paint is wet because you don't want to lift your paint up. You saw what happened to my Lazy Susan. We don't want that mishap again. Yeah, and I'm just setting it in there to dry. I make up my own tools. And then I'm going to take blue here and paint one of them completely. But I do go back and do something different with that one. And then I had these random little stars here I'd printed out on my Cricut when I done another Patriotic video. And I put them down and I painted that one blue. And then, yeah, see, I'm going to paint the top of I put more tape down, paint the top of the one firecracker. Y'all's like, I'm over this. Anyway, and then this one, I'm just showing y'all how I did it and what I did. I'm sorry. If someone clicks on this video, they're going to automatically quit me because they're like, oh, I can't believe I'm sitting through this. Anyway, I just put tape around those and painted it red in a couple spots and white in a couple spots and made it red, white, and blue. It didn't quite turn out how I wanted it, but it turned out. You know what I'm saying? It worked. It worked enough for me at this point because I was so frustrated over the one. I'm just like, 2 days I worked on it, y'all. I know y'all's like, just shut up, but I'm telling you. Anyway, and I just want to make sure you saw me paint that. Yeah. And then I take my drill and I drill holes in the top of all my little firecrackers. Y'all don't have to do this. I'm extra. You could probably just glue the wire jute on top of it, but I didn't. So that's what I take is the wire jute from Dollar Tree. And I squirt some hot glue down in my holes. And I clip me some fuses off. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, y'all. And then I want to make sure you saw all of that. So then I take, well, oh jeez. Then I take a lighter and I burn it in the fuse. I saw my friend Missy from Crafty Cove do that, and I thought it was so cute. So I look like I got me some lit firecrackers. They're ready to blow. Anyway. Okay, and then I was going to show you. This will be cute too. If you take some of that sparkly pop cleaner from the Dollar Tree. I got it at Christmas time. You can wrap that around your little fuse and make it look all cute. Anyway, so my candle was dry there, and I sanded it down, but when I put another coat of Mod Podge on it, it wrinkled. So then I thought, well, maybe she used fabric. So then I don't have no pretty 4th of July fabric, not to do candles with. Well, then I found some, but they was all blue, so I'm like, bleh. So I got that gingham fabric from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to wrap my candle in that. Y'all, these are supposed to look like little firecrackers. Now, hers did. Mine just looked like candles wrapped in fabric. But it's cute. It's cute in the end. It's cute. But I'm partial, you know. Y'all be like, yeah, I don't know about that. But once you get your Mod Podge down, make sure you use a lot of it. Put it down and seal up your edges. And I do that with 3 candles and 3 different types of fabric. And all the fabric I got from the Dollar Tree. So, see, I tried to Mod Podge a napkin on that one. And was unsuccessful. It did not work. But y'all need a ton of... Look how much Mod Podge I'm putting on there. There you go. There you go. Slap it on there and roll it up real good and tight. And that fabric is from Christmas time and it's snowflakes. But I thought that looks close enough to fireworks. Don't it, y'all? You won't be able to tell. Yeah, that's fireworky. So, here I go with my... Now, I can't paint stripes on round things. And she did hers perfectly. And I'm jealous. But, yeah, I kept trying and trying until I finally just did it by hand. Y'all see? I'm just like, forget it. I'm done. This is just too stressful. Then I go back and fix that. But I cut out those little hats out of that one fabric. And I Mod Podged them down to my white wrapped candle. And there, I'm putting a ton of Mod Podge on the outside of them when it's done. I just clipped the fabric on the end. And then I took that tape there and I traced that out. And then I lost all this footage. And I cut 3 circles out and I put them on the top of my little candles with rubber bands. See, I'm sorry, y'all. And then I tied jute around it and baker's twine around it and made little bows. And I cut these little firecrackers off on my Cricut and the little fireworks exploding and stuff and all that jazz. And she painted, it looks like to me, on her little bucket, the word fireworks. I'm not that talented. So I had to use my Cricut and put it on there. And of course, that came out cattywampus too. But in the end, it's cute. And I put one of my little fireworks on my little bucket. I'm so sorry this is taking so long, y'all. And I stuffed some Dollar Tree bags down in it and set my candles in there. And I took some raffia. She had cute little paper. I had none of that. And I shoved some raffia down in there. That was an absolute mess. Look at it. And put the rest of my candles. Then I set my little firecrackers down in there too. Because this is 2 different people's DIYs kind of together. And then I took some pit berries, courtesy of Miss Rita Herndon. And I put them down the back of there. They were reddish, white, and light blue. But, you know, hers was cuter. And then I did wrap some of those sparkly pop cleaners. And I shoved it in the back of my... There's hers. Look how cute it is. As soon as I saw it, Debbie, I knew I wanted to do it, but I could not do it like yours. And Valerie, there's your firecrackers I tried to make. So, I hope that I did you all well. Anyway, right here, I got those signs from the Dollar Tree. Now, mine was miscolored. Thank goodness I had 3 of them. 2 of them happened to be the same color. And I filled in my cracks with lightweight spackle, on my holes with lightweight spackle. Then I took these 3 jumbo craft sticks from the Walmart, and I tried to take my paint marker and make it match that board. That was an epic fail. And so then I just take antique wax, courtesy of Miss Jackie, because I was running out and I was scraping bottom. But I cut all of them, the end off of all of them, cut them straight so I can glue them. I don't know how Rochelle did hers on the back, but I thought, well, we'll just make it a 2-sided sign because I was not sure. And I just, I had to piece them together here and then cut them as flat. Yeah, straight as I can, so I can piece them together. And I put them on each side. Woo, that's a lot of information at one time. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, yeah. So, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, so here I go again with some tape. I've surely used some tape, y'all, here lately. Y'all's like, yeah, we know how to do this now, Kathy, because you've done it so often lately. Anyway, and I'm just going to use that top piece as a spacer piece. Y'all have seen me do it 100 times. See, there you go. And I'm going to paint some red stripes. Now, I took some creams and chalk paint and some antique wax and mixed them together, which that was the bottom of my barrel, Jackie. Thank you so very much. And it had clumps of stuff in it, but, we try. So, because I wanted a darker red. And make sure you paint away from your lines, y'all, and pull your tape off while it's wet. Because otherwise, you could pull your paint up with it, and you don't want that. Look at those lines, how crisp, y'all. Excuse me. So I got that fabric from the Dollar Tree also, and that's pretty. And I could have used that for my cane. I didn't want all of them being blue. And I got those 2 galvanized stores from the Dollar Tree. Now, Rochelle used smaller stars. I didn't have smaller stars because I already used them on another DIY. And I went to find some, couldn't find any, so I'm like, forget it. So I used these big giant ones. I like the tiny ones better. Hers is prettier, of course. I think everybody's is prettier. But anyway, I put a ton of Mod Podge on those, y'all, and slapped them down on my fabric, flipped it over. And make sure you run your fingers down them crevices if you make this, and put a ton more Mod Podge. I set that aside, and I let that dry like 3 hours, y'all. Sure did. And then if you put enough Mod Podge on it, you can take your craft knife, X-Acto knife, finger knife, whatever you have, and cut around those edges and cut that fabric away, no problem. And then I decided to take that jute that I got off that little bucket and go around my store. I just thought that'd be cute, just add a little touch, because I like rustic stuff. Yeah. And be careful, because I burnt myself 87 times doing this. Not 86, not 88, 87 times. I don't know. I'm making that up. Of course. Anyway, here I totally messed up again, y'all. I'm so sorry. I took super glue gel. Jessie got my attention, and she was knocking things off, and she was sad. I'd been working all day, so I thought I'd let her tell you hi. And then, I'm so sorry, y'all. My silliness, I got away from myself. Look at her there. So I had to put her in my chair. I'm sorry. Some of y'all, if you don't like dogs, just fast forward. I'm sorry. But I love my Jessie. So I took super glue gel, and I went all around my store. And then I took my, then I took hot glue and went all around that other store, you see, and hold it down for a minute and let it dry. And that super glue is going to hold that on there. But see, and then you can see the galvanized. Look, then I realized that, yeah, I wasn't showing y'all, and I'm like, well, duh. So anyway, you can see the galvanized on the back. You can maybe use that Christmas time or something. And on my Cricut, I printed out, God bless America, land that I love. I'm sorry. That was horrible. I know that one spot looks like an S, but they were supposed to be blue and red firecrackers, and I turned them all black, which I wish I would have kept. I was afraid you wouldn't be able to see it, that red on that background. Anyway, I got that ribbon there from the Dollar Tree, you guys. Look at that. That is fabulous. Seriously. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and I love that burlap with the polka dots on. I love that ribbon. Yeah. So I made 2 loops on for each side. Y'all. Yeah. Anyway, So y'all saw me make my bow. So I took a pipe cleaner, twisted it around there, fluffed it out. I did put a tail on that one. Excuse me. And I dovetailed my little legs. I like using wide ribbon if I want my tails to stay upright, because you can finagle them. And that sounds like something from Fraggle Rock, don't it? Finagle. Anyway, and I glued it to the top of my sign. Now, I like hers much better. See, she actually put a frame around hers, and I didn't pay enough attention. Sorry, Rochelle. And I like the little stores better. But, you know, you do with what you got. I mean, that's just, oh. So here I showed mine, and I don't know why. I didn't mean to, but I did anyway. And there it is. And, yay. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Right here, I got 3 of those little pallet things from the Dollar Tree, and I'm taking 2 craft sticks, and I'm putting them together, and because it made about the same amount of spacing that was between the spaces anyway, and I took 4 more craft sticks and I glued 2 back. Then I realized she didn't space hers out, so I wasted my time spacing mine out. But you know, you live, you learn. Or I should just be paying more attention to things, but I don't, because I'm scatterbrained, and I think that I can remember, and I can't because I'm losing my mind. So here, this is from Jackie. She sent me 2 things of antique wax, and look at that little honey, honey. Oh my gosh, I love that thing. Look at it. And that's from Texas, y'all. Texas, honey. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Jackie. Anyway, I love y'all so much. You're so good to me. And paint, I haven't been running out of paint, not been able to find it anywhere. And not just Waverly. I'm talking any kind. Anyway, there must be a paint shortage in Columbus. But, so, I stained them on antique wax and wiped it off. And then I take that little sign from Dollar Tree, and I pull all my little stars off of it. And now look, try not to tear up your back. That's why I'm showing you. Because I had to take glue gone and put it on my little glitter letters, because I needed both sides. I was afraid that the ugly might show through on the back cracks, and y'all know how I am about that. But I just put glue gone on there and scrape it off, and then clearing that off with alcohol, and I painted them both sides white. Alright, so now instead of painting red, white, and blue, we're doing red, brown, and blue. But this is so cute, y'all. I saw it, and I was like, that is adorable. Anyway, and I paint my little stars on there. That's why I didn't have little stars to put on my big sign, because I need little stars for that sign. Y'all, sorry. New people are probably just like, I cannot with her. I can't even with her. And I glue them all down. And then I take those little stars, because this is what she did. But she distressed her, those come off a tag sign from Dollar Tree. She distressed hers with white, and then distressed her little stars with Waverly wax, and I forgot to do that. I was going to, but I forgot. So, there you go. I guess I could go back and do it now. And then I take white macrame cord. Y'all, I got that from, Amazon, and I never hardly use it, because I was like, well, maybe they don't have it. Well, now the Dollar Tree has it, you know what I'm saying? And then I put some beads on there. I put red, white, blue, and brown beads. I think that's what I did. Yeah. And you just weave that in and out every 2. Y'all can see what I'm doing. Thank God you can see what I'm doing, because I'm looking around the room and not even paying a bit of attention to what I'm doing. Good gravy. And then, I'm telling you, I could do silent videos, because I don't talk about anything of any importance pretty much through the video. I just thought that wipe would, wipe. Oh, gosh. Look at that ribbon I got from the Dollar Tree, y'all. It suited that perfect, but I only used the brown. Just the brown. Made not a finger bow, a shoelace bow. Glued it to the top. Look how cute hers is. See, I like it better with the, antique. Well, I like the distressing better. Yeah. Belina, that was so cute. Thank you all so much for letting me do this. Okay, this one, no offense to anybody's, but this one is my favorite. All of y'all's was beautiful, but I know my dad's going to love this. And I think that's why I think, oh, my dad. Anyway, and I take that Jacobian stain from Veritane. Love that. It's my favorite stain. If it's stain, not fake stain. You know what I mean? Not fake stain. Y'all know what I'm saying. Well, I take my wood burner, and then I realize, well, I should have burnt that wood before I got that little thing from Amazon too. You cut plastic with it and everything. I should have burned it before I stained it, but I didn't. So, you know. And here we go again with some more tape, y'all. Put your tape down, put it down, space it out, put it down, space it out, and then here, I didn't know what I was doing. I was winging it and just hope it turned out right. But I took my craft knife and cut it so to be flat still. Took a little bit of crimson chalk paint and sprayed 2 spritz of water. Now, my water bottle is a spritzer, y'all, so it's very light amount of water. Because I don't have red stain or blue stain, so this is what I had to do. And I took my little wedge makeup sponge and I dabbed it real good. And again, took that off when it was wet. And here's why I knew I messed up. I was like, oh no. But, well, yeah, what do you do? So, and I took out those little stars on my crickets. Oh, jeez, y'all, this video. And then I dumped entirely too much blue paint there. And I scooped it up because I wanted to save it. And still had too much, but you know how it is. And stirred that up real good. And did the same thing with my little makeup wedge sponge. And then pick your stars off while they're wet. Pick your stars, not your nose. Pick your wedgie, not your nose. Anyway, and yeah, I just dried that real good because I cut out another stencil on my cricket. And it is this. Yeah, Ohio. And see over at the edge there, if you're looking at it, it's left-hand side, but it's my right-hand side. I cut that stencil down too low, so I had to put painter's tape down to keep my paint from going over the edge. And then I just dab white paint on there because I wanted that to dry, and then so I could go over with a thick coat of paint to paint my stencil. And again, take it off when it's wet. And man, that thing was fussy. Oh my goodness. I was like, dude, I'm never going to get these off. It's stuck forever. But isn't that cute? And then my board was 9.5 inches wide. So I measured 3.5 inches and 6.5 inches. I thought I had some handles, but I don't. So I had to make my own. She put the cutest little handles on hers. Anyway, and I just marked that, and I marked an inch in, and then 3.5 and 6.5. But my board was 9.5, and I drilled down in there. So I took that wire jute again. Oh, here. I took 4 22mm beads and 12 20mm beads. And I take some antique wax and I put it on one of them little stencil brushes, chippy, whatever they are, from the Dollar Tree. And I just stain my beads. I get them good and covered. Excuse me, y'all. In that little bowl. And then I spritz them with water because I want them to have that faded look like my board did. Like my tray did. That's what it is. This thing is gorgeous, y'all. Gorgeous. And I just dump them out on a paper towel there and a paper plate. And I know I'm just killing the world with all my paper. Anyway, and then I heat tool them. I dry them with my heat tool. And then I put them on that wire jute from the Dollar Tree. And I put the big giant one in the center. I'm lying. I took two 22mm beads and 12 20mm. So I just had the one big one in the middle. And I just run it through my holes there. Y'all, look. Is that beautiful or what? I'm not tooting my own horn, but anyway. But hers, y'all, look at hers. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I'm telling you, y'all. Yeah, mine's just like plain after looking at hers. But, you know, I couldn't figure out how to get them on the... but look at it as isn't that cute? I couldn't figure out how to get it on the thing together to show them side by side. Sorry, Jennifer, but those are beautiful. Here's some more of her work. Look at that. Look at those. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you again in a few days. Bye.